and welcome to the first question and answer of the 2015 season. I'm Dan Seaver, and I'll be your host. My biggest upset would have to be Andover over Lexington in the first round of the North Finals. I think that Lexington showed all season that they improved after losing to Andover 3-1, then coming back to beat them 3-2. I thought that Lexington would continue to improve and take that game 3-1, maybe even 3-0. But Andover showed that they were strong, and they came out and swept it, Lexington right out of the tournament. After losing Antonellis, I think that Milford could be the biggest question mark of next season. I think that they return so much talent. I think that they absolutely have a shot to make a deep run in the playoffs. But I think it will come down to how they come together this offseason, how hard they want to work. I think the talent level is there. I think that they need to come together. They no longer have that big go-to guy on the outside or middle, wherever Antonellis could play. I think that that's a role that they're going to definitely need to fill. I think they need to come together as a team and be more rounded rather than having one go-to guy. My favorite part of the 2014 season would have to be the game between Newton South versus Needham. Both teams showed that they were excellent throughout the entire year. Both teams finished perfect. I thought that that game was just incredible. It went all the way to 5 at both teams had a shot to win that. I thought that no one in the gym knew who was going to win. There was times that it looked like Needham was going to sweep. There was times that it looked like Newton South was going to dominate from there on. I thought that it was just an incredible game. I thought the series was really built up the entire season, and I thought it lived up to its expectations. Right now, if I have to pick a 2015 North champion, it's got to be Lawrence. I think that they showed incredible talent all year long and really came together at the end when they were hot. They beat the number one Chelmsford. I think that they showed they can compete with anybody. And next season, they return 5 starters. The loss of Tavares is pretty hard, but they'll come back. They still return Carmona, they return Enriquez, and they return Vicente, which I thought he was one of the best liberos that I saw all year last year. I think that they're a huge threat, and I think that they can give even Newton South next year a run for their money. I think they're going to work hard all offseason. I'd be very surprised if they weren't top in the North next year. After everything that Agawam lost, I think that they really need to sit down and do some rebuilding this season. I think they need to work on their fundamentals, and they're going to have to build up as a team. They return a strong libero, and they return Jeff Leclerc in the middle. But they lose players like Bailey, who, if you were at the state championship game, you saw how he is a game changer. He really kept his team in it. He was hot when he needed to be, and he just absolutely kept Agawam in that game. I think that now they're missing that guy. They're missing the majority of their team. They're going to have minimal experience. They're going to need to get out there, and they're going to need to play now. They can't wait until the season comes around. They're going to need to get out there, do club, work hard, come together as a team. They are going to need to work. They're going to be rebuilding this year, but I think that they definitely have talent. I saw a lot of height. I saw definitely some kids who could hit the ball when they were warming up. I saw some kids on that bench who can definitely work hard, and I think that they're down right now, but I think that they'll definitely be there come tournament time, come mid-season next year. For this upcoming season, it will be North versus West and Central versus South for the state semifinals. If I have to pick 3 top players for this upcoming season, I would have to go with Matt Kuda from Chelmsford, Skylar Kaufman from Needham, and Jared Chin from Newton South. I think that all 3 of them are going to really come up big for their teams this upcoming season. My opinion, passing and defense is by far the most important part of the game. If you can't pass, you're not going to be able to get a set. You're not going to be able to get a hit. I think that a good, strong team will be able to pass the ball. whether it's serve receive, whether someone's attacking, you're playing defense, you need to get the ball to the setter. I think that that is the most important thing to work on. I think that that alone can get you much farther than being able to hit the ball 10-foot line. I think that the state lost a lot of talent from this past year, but I think that as a whole, there are a lot of teams like Newton South returns most of their starting lineup. Lawrence returns most of theirs. I think that the play and the competition will definitely be higher this year because of all the returning players. There were so many good seniors who graduated, but I think there's a lot of juniors and sophomores who got a shot last year who will now be playing at a higher level. Plus, you have teams that will have younger players who will be able to compete at that level. I think that this year is going to be a very tough year for any team. I don't think anyone's going to have a cakewalk to the championship game. If I had to pick one, I would think that North is going to be the overall strongest this upcoming season. I think that Lawrence returns a lot. They're going to be good. Uh, Lexington had a young team. They're going to be good. Cambridge players showed that they have a lot of talent during Bay States. They want to win. Chelmsford returns. Mac Huda and definitely a good amount of that team who wants to win. St. John's Prep is going to continue to improve. I think that North is going to be a very tough championship to win. I think that come tournament time, all these teams are going to want to win. They have the talent to win. It's going to be who improved the most, who worked the hardest, and who is going to win that championship.